Okay.
I just noticed this right here doesn't look like a table. Looks like either a basketball or partial pumpkin. Look like a table. Looks like either.
Okay, we are live.
All right.
I'm alive.
No,
That
you
is
are
a
live,
good-
not alive.
Oh.
And we weren't dead to begin with.
Sort of.
Okay. Well, recap time.
All right. Well, when last we left our heroes, we were we had good graciously
That's how we left our heroes.
burping in the hall. No, we had been invited to the Historical Society for a little bit of a formal event and got a nice grand tour of the.
It was an event. It was nice.
It was nice until we toured all of the displays and were hypnotized by a old record player of human singing, a la the Master's voice phenomenon. At that point, the record was snatched up by a thief, and
Crazy.
much shenaniganry was ensued trying to catch them. And when last we left off, we had been pulled aside by our benefactor to discuss something, presumably what was going on.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
I got everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yay.
More or less. Also, I'd like to point out that poor Kura was not able to do anything until like the very end.
Yeah, I was able to recap because I didn't really have much to do last session.
And nobody stopped the otter from sliding into the wall.
I mean, okay, you know what? You want to get in front of several feet and a couple 100 pounds of otter? Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be glad we had Milo on the team, because without him, that wouldn't have worked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very nice.
Also,
Yes.
shout out to the Hemi Vectors on our team for not getting hypnotized. Lavana and Milo.
Kitty needed some hugs. That's about all I could do.
Aggressive hugs.
My chair.
Okay, thank you. Very nice recap.
Yay.
Now, maybe an hour later or so, after this whole event, you find yourself once again in the conference room thingy, right here, where all your tokens are, at the Historical Society. And a slightly stressed-looking Melody is eventually joining you. She had a lot of things to do, and kind of sits down, takes a deep breath. Yes. Okay, well, that happened, and we're not quite done yet. I do need your help.
In what way?
Well, first she turns to Milo. Actually, I'm sorry. Rewind. First, thank you for your quick reaction back there. That could have ended really badly. I don't know if you have heard of this Master's Voice thing. I had not believed that it actually was real, but we saw a proof of the opposite, I think. Now, you'll probably be glad to hear that we are already dismantling that player, and from now on we will keep the disk under lock and key.
Kind of gives her an even stare and says,
Say what you will. I was unconscious for most of it, so I can't really, comment.
kind of shrugs and says,
Still, glad we stopped the thief. Who knows what kind of damage they could have done with that stuff.
Exactly, and that's what I want to know. First, and then she turns to Milo. I would like you to scour the SoulNet for any information on this you can find. I want to know what we're actually dealing with here. Anything. And also try to make sure nothing of what happened here gets out. Eventually it will, and the IRPF will get involved and everything. But I want to have everything nice and tidy and in order when that happens. The rest of you. The person you apprehended, her name is Clara Dawson. I would like you to go to her home and check her files. She obviously knew something about this. Otherwise, she wouldn't just have grabbed it like that. And I want to know what she knows.
Do you think she was put up to this by someone?
I doubt it, but I don't want to. I don't want to take the risk. She is tricky to explain. She's from a very old, well-regarded family with strong ASR ties. She's a bit of a mechanical genius, actually. She helped us build that player, and that's why I want any files she might have, because if she had any extra plans with that, then I want to know what it was. Or if this really was a spur of the moments thing. I just want to know.
Well, I mean, I can't say that I'm exactly comfortable going into someone else's home and going through their stuff, but at the same time, I can't say I'm exactly comfortable with the erratic behavior of other actors, including myself. We have enough problems in this world. We don't need more shenanigans.
Quite so, quite
Well,
so.
We also don't need any mind-controlled discs running around.
I don't
Causing
know if
people-
that was quite mind control, though. I mean, I wasn't suddenly filled with an urge to murder people, and I don't think anybody else had any sudden reactions.
I had the sudden urge to sit there and do nothing while my friends got the shit beaten out of them.
Well, yeah, but you weren't even aware of it, so I don't know if we'd call it mind control so much as... I don't know. I guess the part before that? Hypnotism?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
I
it's...
just remember. Yeah, I just remember being very relaxed.
Kura kind of waves his hands and says,
I am going to leave the technical definitions to those who actually have a degree in this sort of bullshit. Either way, I was doing something I didn't want to do. That's mind control enough for me.
Okay, fair point.
What?
So where's her place at? Apartment, house, what are we looking at?
House on a house, actually. Her family owns and she has a bit of an expression of distaste as she says this, country estate.
Okay, how country are we talking here?
It's a fair bit away, but with Julius' ship you can reach it in an hour or so, I think.
Yeah, that's not what I meant, though. What we're really after is what kind of security are we looking at here? Are her family gonna be home? Crap like that. The long and short of it is,
No.
I don't want to have a gun pointed in my face as soon as I show up.
Unlikely. As far as I know, aside from a few servants, she lives alone there. You just fly there. By the time you get there, I should have paperwork ready that will give you the right to inspect the place.
No, well if that's the case, then there shouldn't be any problems.
That is what I'm hoping. Any other questions?
Well, Crow will think about it and say,
What exactly are we looking for? Incriminating evidence, some sort of motive? What exactly she was planning on doing with it?
Exactly that. I do not know what you may or may not find. So anything related to this.
Any and all of the above.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Sounds pretty cut and dry to me.
Very good.
Yep. There might very well be nothing. It might have been a spur of the moment thing for her. But she might have something planned. I don't know. If possible, if when in doubt, just copy everything she has on her computers and bring it to me.
What were you gonna say, Julius?
Just I was going to say something about computers, but that was already said. So yeah, I was going to say I could help with that.
Hmm?
I don't have anything to say on the matter, honestly.
Okay.
Alright then,
Oh.
I suppose we should go get our, some of our equipment, gear ready, so, just in case. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
Reasonable precaution.
That's right. We're still in our pretty
Our fancy
clothes.
Yeah.
Our dresses.
You can be in a dress. I refuse such. I can't run away from anyone if I'm stuck in a dress.
You can't escape the frou-frou.
Are you sure showing up fully armored is a good idea?
I mean, fully. We're here on an official capacity, and she said we're gonna have paperwork rights to.
Yep.
Like,
No,
Alright.
that
So, I mean,
should be fine.
police don't check houses unarmed and wearing, lab coats.
Yeah. You probably still shouldn't just randomly point guns at people, but you can bring all your equipment. That shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're using any flak cannons or any of that nonsense.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be so
Handguns
cool to
and
put on the
basic
Otter.
rifles. You'll see the same kind of gear we have on the average IRPF anyway.
Mhm.
Especially if they're going and doing a search. They're always gonna have something. Anyway. I felt uncomfortable without my gun. I don't think I ever would have said that until now.
That is fair.
You would be surprised what a few years of experience will do to your outlook on life. Anyway, thank you all in advance, and Julius, I'll forward you the coordinates, and I'll send you the paperwork as soon as I have it.
Aye, aye.
Good luck.
Somehow I feel like I should have a response for that.
I was going to try to finish it up, but my mind just went blank. Like, pretty lady. That's something like that.
Aye, aye, Capitan.
Well,
So we get our equipment.
uh-huh.
Yes.
Yep.
Guy is going to seem noticeably more comfortable now that he doesn't have to wear that stuffy bow tie.
Kura's gonna look a little disappointed that he has to trade his awesome fancy guts back for his crewman jumpsuit, but oh.
You can wear it over it.
Do it James Bond style.
Yeah.
Just unzip it. As he walks in. Yes.
No. It just easily rips off, and there's his armor underneath.
Yep.
Hulkamania style.
Yes.
So I love those are the two places we go. Either ridiculously uber masculine in the Hogan method,
1 second, my boyfriend
or
forgot his keys. Be right back. Sorry.
No problem.
retrieval of the keys. Quick, get him the annex key. Might have to fight a demon if you don't. And if you don't respond quick enough, you'll lose all your souls.
Oh, maybe it's a void key.
Well,
Or
I mean,
or maybe it's the any key.
but where's the any key?
And back.
Welcome back. Oh, there doesn't appear to be any key.
Aww.
Well, of course there wouldn't be any key.
Oh lord, not this.
Okay. Anything else you want to do before you leave?
Julius is just going to leave the winglet with the rifle in his ship. He doesn't feel like he needs to bring it with him to an apartment.
Yeah, Kura's gonna be carrying his handgun, and he'll carry the pop-up, like, compacted,
Mm-hmm.
but he isn't gonna have the pop-up, like, in weapon mode, like, openly carried.
Okay.
So Julius can work with the computers. He can take pictures too.
He can.
Yep. He's just hoping we don't. He's just hoping we don't come across a dead body.
Okay. Well,
Again.
by the time you are you get to Julius's ship, you have the coordinates. It is quite a flight. Somewhere between an hour and a half and 2 hours. So
that means Julius gets to try out some new fancy dancy maneuvers.
Yes.
Oh, no. No.
Am I gonna regret getting on this ship?
No.
Can I walk?
No.
Just gonna Sean Bean this. Like, no, I'm not gonna get out in the helicopter. I'm gonna walk up the mountain.
Oh, now I know what you mean. That took a moment.
Don't invoke Sean Bean at any point. Otherwise, you will do exactly what he does. Die.
Die horrifically, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be perfectly honest. The only one who's going to survive that is me. So let's not. Shall we? Let us not invoke fate.
Disco art.
Okay. So yeah, it is a bit of a flight. You know that this is it's really out in the country, quite a bit away from any major city. And well, as you get there, it looks let's say it looks rather the general landscape looks, let's say, European. No, not
Temperate zone.
yeah, and not no really extreme landscape or anything. And there's forest which look, well, if you've grown up on Mars, the forest looks kind of small. You know, the trees aren't that high, but that's because the trees grow really high on Mars.
Redwood style.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the estate itself is fairly easy to spot. It is even for a mansion, it is pretty big. And
It's like, dude, guys, can we spend the night here?
Julius, no.
Yeah, Courage is
I'd
not
love
big
it too.
enough.
I'd love the luxury, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think I'm the kind of person that they'd normally allow in here. So I'm just gonna say probably not.
Oh, come on, you could have that one floor that's up on the that third window over there on the third floor.
Julius, never mind.
it's actually just 2 floors.
2 floors?
Yep.
Okay, Julius is imagining things. That second floor.
Not like I'm surprised by that.
But yeah, that's a very nice place. You remember how the building of the historical society was made to look old but wasn't actually? While this place, it probably isn't nearly as old as it looks. This building has been here a while.
I was gonna say, what if it's the opposite? The historical society made to look old, but it's not. This one's made to look new, but it's not.
No.
Okay, I admit that
Yeah.
would be pretty damn funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It would, but no. This building has been here a while. This is obviously quite the old family with a good deal of money.
Cool.
Yeah.
Does it look currently occupied?
There are but you don't really see anybody around. But by the time you get there, it's getting a little dark, and you do see lights in a few of the windows.
Aww.
Also, one thing you notice that to one side of this building is an obviously more recent addition, which looks but it is more let's say more modern construction. It's not nearly as much decorated as it doesn't look nearly as nice. A bit more utilitarian, I think you say. And from your first guess, it looks like a garage. There's a big gate.
Okay. Could it hold any sort of aerial vehicle? Is it big enough for that?
Only a small one.
Okay. So something that would get them to and from the area, but not like.
Well, actually, there's a little landing pad, which is currently is currently empty. But hey, you
have an open parking spot.
yeah. I was about to say you have a parking spot available. So
Yay! Dance, 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 dance.
No, I admit it's probably best if we don't.
Yeah.
I mean, yes and no. The, on one hand, yeah, it would be kind of a dick move to park in someone's spot, but on the other hand,
This is their personal house.
and we're investigating a crime. Like they kind of gave up the right to convenience when one of their family members like could have easily killed somebody in an attempted robbery.
although just something I would point out because it would occur to some of you. That pad is vacant because she went to the historical society, and she's unlikely to return tonight. So
We could have used. Someone could have piloted her ship.
I mean, actually, you're not wrong. I mean, hey, free ship. Wait, no, that's piracy. Still, Kura thinks silently to himself, like,
Wait
man,
a
I could have had a free ship.
I feel like piracy leaves a copy behind.
wrong kind of piracy. Although if you had like a geomat, mobile 3D printer.
Like,
Yeah.
just scan and print. There we go.
Bada boom, bada bing. See?
Exactly.
I'm not crazy. That totally is
And then-
viable in this setting.
And then the otter took over, and the whole thing is pink and purple.
I
Oh,
just
no.
realized, I'm not gonna lie, I just realized that that's literally a viable option, is having that exact kind of piracy totally be a thing.
Yep.
Wow, that's some bullshit.
And it'd be really hard to control.
Well, I mean, unless you have control of the geomats, which mostly they do, but just thinking about the potential for the shenanigans that could get involved there, that's really ridiculous.
Yeah, but hey, that's why one of the things the grotto people, if they do have their own, geomat level 3D printer that's not hooked up to any networks, that's basically free, that is some serious power.
Yeah. Well, alright, so go ahead and Kura says,
Alright, I'd just say take it into the landing pad. We can borrow her spot for now.
Okay, you land successfully.
sweet.
And I didn't even have to roll.
We're not here to ruin their house,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah,
Oops.
that's exactly why I'm not making you roll for that, because that's where the
It's like-
111 comes in, and
It's like, oops, you didn't need that statue there.
Not the shrubbery!
this hole was in the ceiling the whole time.
Clearly.
I saw that while we were flying in.
It's like it's a drive-through house.
Okay, so what are you gonna do next?
Disembark and, I guess, head towards the house.
Oh, also I forgot to mention during your flight, you all got a ping on your toggle with the paperwork that you were promised.
Okay, so
Good, we're by the book.
We have-
of official contracts to do an investigation on behalf of the historical society in response to criminal behavior, something like that.
Cool.
Yay, blah 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 blah. More legal banter, blah blah blah. Okay.
Yeah,
let's go post their stuff.
It's a sort of technicality thing, which most people will immediately see that hey, it makes use of loopholes and everything, but it will hold up.
Guy
Yeah.
spoke perfect legal blah. He should be our lawyer.
Clearly.
Clearly, I know everything there is to know about contractual law.
It's like just walk into the court and just go blah 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 blah. You won the case.
Blah, blah,
Awesome.
Blah, blah, blah. Objection. Blah 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 blah.
Okay, for real though, what are you gonna do?
Approach, I mean, just approach the house.
Yep, he disembarks. I did some squeak. We approached the house.
The entrance is to the right of the house, right when you're looking at it. And I'm gonna move you to a new map now.
Uh-oh.
This might not work. It's a pretty big one, so let me know if it all loads properly for you guys.
Are we all gonna turn noodly like in that one movie?
What?
Like the yarn, or what was it? Hitchhikers. That's right.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
I think I'm a sofa.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there we are.
This is a
Holy
rather
crap.
extensive building.
Have to zoom in carefully.
All right.
Time
for Clue HSD edition.
As you can probably guess, I did not make this myself.
Still, clever use of a map is clever use of a map.
Yeah.
No complaints here.
It's like,
Except these
dude.
big ass doors are probably hard to get open.
That part is there's actually no door here. This part is open. This is a like front garden thing. The main door is here.
Oh,
here.
that's why you moved us here.
Yeah.
Do they? I'm assuming they have a doorbell or something like that.
Yes, they do.
He goes
All
up and rings it over and over and over, several times.
And
Still,
Ding,
I
ding,
somewhat,
Oh,
I somewhat
right there.
insist that there be an obnoxiously large door, because big estate out in the countryside has to have obnoxiously sized doors. It's-
there is a precedent for that. You're right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's got to be like
I'm
a
not just making
spooky
that up
mansion.
because, you know, aesthetics. No, like, that's almost always the way it is. The door is a good 2 feet taller and a good couple foot or so wider than it actually needs to be. Bonus points if there's 2 doors like that set in front of, next to each other instead of having just one big door. It's 2 big doors.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, could the person who answers the door be Frau Blöcke?
What?
No.
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 No young Frankenstein from the Peanut Gallery.
There will be
It
none of that.
it takes a minute, but eventually the door is opened by a very well dressed, let's say it's a canine. What would be a good canine?
A basset hound.
I do not actually know what those look like, so.
Hang on. I got you. I got you.
Yeah. No, they're. I used to have one. They're adorable
They're
and
perfect
fluffy.
for this. It's literally perfect for this.
The dog.
Here you go.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good evening, sir.
Okay, yeah, let's go with that. It's a basset hound.
Oh, now I'm thinking of the voice from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the dog in the elevator. Your floor, sir.
That's Droopy, and yes, Droopy was indeed a basset hound, so appropriate comparison is appropriate.
Um, yeah. Pretty much everything about this canine is like the stereotypical butler.
Could you please stop ringing that doorbell, sir?
You're just gonna keep imagining that voice, aren't you?
Oh Lord. Oh no. What have I done?
You have created a monster.
I'm afraid I'm not gonna do that voice because I couldn't do it without laughing.
Ach, monster.
But yeah, he looks at all of you for a moment, and then says, "I am terribly sorry, the mistress is not in tonight."
That's actually what we were going to, that's actually kind of why we're here. We are, on contract with the Historical Society. There was a robbery, and, we have to follow through.
A robber? How dreadful. Well, may I see this contract then?
Yeah, I hand over the piece of paper that says we don't
Well,
need no stinking badges.
It's not a piece of paper. It's on your toggle.
Well,
Yeah.
you are absolutely correct. Paper,
You
who
see,
needs this
you
nonsense?
see this clause? This clause, it means fuck you. Mind your own business. We poke in your business, but you cannot look at ours.
He like reads through it, and then eventually he hands you a toggle back and says, "Well, this seems to be in order. Please come in."
All right, cool. Let's step inside and gawk a little bit because Kura has never been in this nice of a probably this nice of a building before. Never mind a house.
Guy is going to try to resist the same urges, but
He's looking.
anybody paying too close
He's
attention
looking
would
all
be-
around. Oh, he's looking all around. Oh, what's that?
Yeah, this is it's as nice on the inside as it seems from the outside.
It's a fancy house.
Kura
Might I
kind of
ask?
frowns and says,
I have no idea what I would do with all this space, but it is beautiful.
Might I ask how long the building's been here?
Well over 300 years.
Very
Side note, if that doesn't match up with HSD history, I'm sorry, I don't know off the top of my head for how long Venus has been actually inhabited.
it's so vague that I doubt anyone will second guess.
I think Venus was actually. So yeah, I think within 300 years was good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And even if it's off by 100 years or so, I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna nitpick you on it.
I just wanted to mention it.
Because I think Venus was inhabited around, supposedly, as best we could guess, 300 to 400th year.
Yeah. So
Okay, yeah, then okay, let's go with that.
cool. All right.
I think I'd have to look at the lore book.
Yep. So Kura inquires as to where the mistress of the house kept her her personal files.
I'm afraid Mistress Clara was very, very private with that. You would have to check her rooms, and well, probably her workshop as well.
Her workshop, was that the place with the landing pad outside?
Yes, the big addition. Yes, that is the mistress's workshop.
Kura nods and says,
I'd be curious to take a look at the workshop. If no one minds, I can go take a look at that.
he admittedly, it's mostly professional curiosity.
Julius, Lavana, would one of you go with him?
Oops. Shh.
I'll go.
Are
Map
you
is
okay?
Map was being a little tricky on me. I was having trouble moving it around.
Oh,
Where did your character go?
It is.
He's up on the second floor.
It is pretty big. So yeah, let me know if you guys are having problems.
is the workshop on here?
No, the workshop is an extra map.
All right, so I'm just gonna move Kura to the outside the door.
Is anybody accompanying Kura?
I will.
Okay.
Cool.
Since they already ran up the second floor, apparently.
Well, I don't know if they intended to so much as hibbledy-jibbledy map is hibbledy-jibbledy.
I did intend to.
Okay. But let's stick with Guy and Julius for now because we're already on the correct map for that.
Cool.
And Milo.
Milo did not come along.
Milo's taking care of the PR.
Hey. Works for me.
So, Guy, Julius, what are you gonna do here?
Well, Julius is still currently fascinated with the whole aesthetics of the place.
Okay.
Guy is going to, ask the butler his name. You may or may not provide such a thing. We'll just hand wave and say, named Butler Man. Whatever. And then, from there, he's going to inquire as to where the mistress's rooms are, so they can start somewhere that's a little bit more concrete than just, hey, look in the house. Yeah,
I say
we're
that
in the house. It's a
I say
big-ass
the butler.
house.
I say the butler's name is Cedric.
Cedric. Oh, hold up. Like, is it Cedric or is it Cedric? Because I've always heard it said Cedric.
It depends on where you're at. I've heard both.
The butler only gives you his last name, which is Thornton.
Thornton? I like it.
Thornton or Dorton?
Thornton.
Thornton.
Yes.
Oh, Thornton. Thornton.
I'm sorry, I'm not English. TH is difficult for me.
Thornton.
It's
That is
okay.
quite all right. I mean, this
It's
is
okay.
Hmm?
The TZ sound in German is hard for most of us, so.
Oh.
it is a trade-off. All right, so.
What was the other thing you were asking for?
Well, glad to hear that Thornton has a name. But also, I am inquiring after the location of the mistress's rooms.
Upstairs, 57th door on the left.
57.
No, of course not. I'm being silly. But it.
Julie, I just like to imagine that a butler said that, and Julius and Guy simultaneously looked at each other and said, 57?
I get room 82.
Please excuse my dry Venusian humor. Of course not. I will take you there. However, it really is upstairs.
Dry Venusian humor, my left football. That was funny.
Yeah, if Kerr was there, he would have laughed.
Okay. Hey, get out of there!
Just because we're allowed to be sticking our noses in places we normally would not be allowed doesn't mean we can do it before we say we're gonna do it.
But it is on the second floor and actually right here. Did you see that?
It
Sounded like he was inflating.
moving the map. Being careful.
I admit I didn't see it, so you're gonna have to.
Uh,
There it is. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So.
How do you do that?
Yeah, it is a fairly large bedroom with a little like not partitioned off, but a desk with terminal and stuff on it in one corner.
I say this corner.
There are a number of more modern let's say items here. You also notice a good deal of like sort of spare parts lying around. However, overall, you get the impression that this room is not actually used as much as you would expect.
Seems like she's more the type to spend time in her workshop than time in her bedroom.
Are you saying that out loud?
Mm-hmm.
That is very correct. The mistress was very enthusiastic about her projects.
Do you know what kinds of projects, or was she a little bit more close-mouthed about those?
She preferred to keep that private.
I imagine so. Oh, you're right.
If you start jumping on the bed, Julius, the butler will look very, very sternly at you.
Well then, in that case, Julius is going to wait for the butler to leave.
that is how you clown around responsibly.
Can't argue with that logic.
Guess Julius will get on the. Guess he'll get on the computer. Pretend to work while working.
Give me a mind exert digital operate check, please.
There's the tab. There we go. No.
Okay.
Fascinating. Oh, I mean,
It
1, 10, 13. That's actually pretty decent.
it takes you a bit, but eventually you get past her login and into the computer itself.
What was the password?
Otters are stupid. No spaces, random letters capitalized.
What do I find? What do I find?
What are you looking for?
Oh, that's right. Anything keyword-wise related to, or any and file names related to music, CDs, and
No.
museum. No.
Oh, sorry. No, I thought you were going on a disco tangent.
Don't give him ideas.
Because I'd like to do that. Yeah, well, I guess he could do that.
Okay.
Throw in the word. Look for disco as well.
Mind perceived digital operate check, please.
Does he get distracted? Great.
It's
Well,
funny how
that would be an endure check.
I specifically was trying to head off distraction, and now I've distracted him. Oh no. This is entirely my fault.
Well, that's one success. Nothing of the few. Well, you find her music folder, so.
I push play.
It's all very non-disco music.
Oh man.
Decidedly undisco.
Delete.
Wow, harsh.
However, nothing incriminating. Also, let's say most of the stuff you come across on this computer is actually fairly old.
So it sounds like what the butler said was true, that they
So basically, like
out in the
she
workshop.
Yeah. Well, so she rarely ever used this computer, rarely was in this room, so she probably wouldn't notice that I install a whole bunch of disco music on there before heading out.
Well, especially since she's been currently detained by security.
Yep, true.
Julius, are you really gonna be putting that on there?
Yes.
The
I'm
silent,
going to have
silent disappointment building.
I think a guy is going to quietly allow Julius to leave first before he deletes all that extra stuff.
After a few minutes, the butler asks, is there anything else? Because I do have duties to attend to.
Oh,
The
no,
duties.
Thornton. If you think of anything that might be able to help us, please let me know. Otherwise, please go about your day. We're sorry for the intrusion, and hopefully we get this resolved in a timely manner.
I would appreciate it very much. If there's anything else you need, just call. The building will pick up your need and let me know.
All right.
And he leaves you to your own devices.
Wait, you said this person was ASR, right?
Yes.
Cool. They probably have an AI running their building.
Probably.
Julius also may have reset the password to where it reads "Otters are awesome."
Okay, that I approve of.
Just the butler is the AI.
Done, done, done.
So has the butler?
Every
Has the
time
butler?
Julius messes with the thing, it just means that there's more stuff Guy has to clean up before he can leave the room.
Oh, Julius doesn't tell a guy what the new password is.
No, but it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, maybe. But yep. Is the butler gone?
Yes.
Bounce, 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 bounce.
I am glad I am
Julius?
not there.
Yes?
Julius.
It's a bed. They're meant to be jumped on. Get up here.
Julius.
Yes.
I'm only gonna say this once. You're on an official investigation. In other words, right now, you're a cop.
Cops can't have fun?
Well, you can have plenty of fun when you're off the clock. Right now, you're on the clock. We're working. And while you might be
Fine.
able to make jokes and stuff, we do need to hold ourselves with some modicum of, well, I guess,
Dignity.
professionalism. Maybe a little bit of dignity. Though, considering my
Little
body
bit.
shape and height, dignity's a little beyond me in most cases. So just
Julius gets off the bed,
Tiny little bit of dignity.
waits for Guy to leave.
So please, just, if not respect for the job, at least out of respect for me, help me do this right the first time.
Okay. Alright. Where we go
I
next?
appreciate it. Well, first we need to make sure that all of her recent. First we need to check all of her recent communications. Do we have access to this, Tygon?
Probably need to a bit more digging on the computer, but that would be a good place to start.
Doink.
Okay.
Please give me another mind exert digital operate check.
I'm glad he's doing this because I can't.
It's not bad.
Yeah, cool.
Not great, but not bad either. Yeah. Again, takes you a few minutes, but eventually you find well, there's not much there. But basically communication from last night.
Oh,
to-
wait.
to the historical society. Basically checking in that that the parts she has sent are working all right.
Can I look up to see? Can I look up to see if there's any other details on these parts?
You can try.
Another mind one.
Yeah, mind perceive.
Oh, mind perceive.
Yeah, this time mind perceive.
Okay.
You're searching again.
I still get the same. Oh, mind perceive search or
No, it's still digital operate. You're checking.
Okay.
You're searching on the computer after all.
Well, I keep getting 2 out of 3. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
No details though.
Now, Julius is from also from ASR.
Mm-hmm.
Originally IFPF and switched over to ASR. Has been enjoying that since. Would he recognize if the house has an AI or if there's anything special about the house, ASR wise?
Well, with that in mind, what surprises you from what you see on this computer is that there there is a like house-wide computer system that helps with things like communications, for example. Like the butler said, just call for him, and the intercom system will take care of like reaching him things. As far as AI goes, this is extremely primitive.
Now, even whether primitive or not, that kind of system would be separate to itself from this computer and the communication network, but it still would be able to access it all. I'd like to access it and check its logs.
That's a really good idea, actually.
Well, okay, go ahead. More mind exerted should operate, please. Side note, what I meant with primitive is that this works really well. It's not that it's bad. It's just that as far as AI goes, this is
Yeah.
there's like no actual personality there. This is not the kind of AI you can talk to.
It's like the old school AIs before they developed them into what we have now.
Yep.
Cool. That old of a house.
There's quite a lot. So you gain access, and
Okay.
you also find the logs. There's a lot of them,
Oh, goody.
and
I'd like to sift through basically just I wonder, would it be okay? I'm having trouble finding my words. I'm trying.
Are you doing like a keyword search or just?
Kind of like that, but it'd be more like in Yeah, it would have to be like a keyword search. But I know with SQL Server you can actually organize and sift through for searches pretty well. I can't remember the exact terminology.
I imagine
He's
I imagine Julius now going, "Where's Milo when you need him?"
Yeah.
Milo, Otis needs you. So basically, he's cutting out all the logs, or at least setting aside all the logs for like every day-to-day things. He's and looking for more anything. No, it'd have to be a keyword search. Dang it! So you look keywords for museums, music, CDs, the date.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, that's right. How many log entry? How many? He could just pull up the log entries for all the ones for today's date, yesterday, the day before, basically the past 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then just do keyword searches through those for anything specific related to the historical society and melody, music, CDs, whatnot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the most closely related you can find is a log of an order for a new dress.
Dude,
Oh,
I
look,
can
fancy
prove
for the
she was.
party.
I can prove she was there because she got this dress.
Oh, and a receipt or whatever it would be for shipping. She recently shipped something to the historical society.
Oh, cool. Make a copy of the
probably
receipt.
parts.
Make a copy of the receipt. Oh, in parts? Yeah. Did she order any? Might have to dig a little further back for. Because parts was mentioned. I'm having a brain fart.
That is.
Um,
Alright.
I would in this case I would like to remind you that just copying everything so that
Yeah.
that Melody or her people can go through it later is totally an option.
Yep, I'm just gonna do that.
Okay. Anything else in particular you two would like to do?
Yep, not
God.
that I can think of.
Guy?
Guy. Rage. Rage.
Against the dying of the night. Sorry.
Well, in this case, let's switch to the other two party members for now. You basically have to go to the other side of the house. There is a door which will lead to the workshop place thing.
Okay. And I'm assuming it isn't on this map.
No.
I think I already guessed that. Alright, go. Alright.
Uh,
Well, the sense of nosiness and professional curiosity, Kuro will check out the workshop.
The door does not open.
I have a way around this.
A bomb! No.
Let's look for an alternate way in before I abuse powers.
I mean, it's only abuse if you're using them wrong.
Not. But there's no guarantee I'll be able to get you in, is the issue.
I mean, fair enough. Kura is going to call for the butler.
Are we aware of that?
I mean, okay, put it this way. We're in an ASR, like, Tygun.
Mhm.
Would Kura figure that this place has some sort of AI or, like, just, hey, can I call for the butler service?
Not
Just-
not a big mental leap to make. So I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah, I mean, my secondary corp is ASR, so, like, so yeah, I'm gonna figure out a way to call for the butler.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that can be done. He will join you after a few minutes. It takes a bit because he's he's busy leading Julius and Guy, but eventually he will join you.
Kura says,
Hey, sorry to bother you, but we need to get access to the workshop. It's locked up.
Oh, of course. My apologies. I quite forgot. We do not get guests as often as we used to.
Used to get a lot of guests around.
More when the mistress's family was still residing here.
you cut out there briefly. What was that?
Sorry. More when the mistress's family was still residing here regularly.
Are they still around? Like, are they still alive, or did they just move away?
Their main residence is on Mars.
Hmm.
This is more of a I believe what people call a vacation home. But since Mistress Clara took residence up here, the rest of the family does not visit as much as they used to anymore.
Does the term black sheep still apply in this setting? Or is that speciesist?
Maybe a little.
Kura says,
Was she on good terms with her family?
He hesitates for a moment.
Kura nods and says,
I thought so.
Then I wouldn't. I would not say bad terms. It's I believe it was decided that some distance was beneficial for the family relationships. But yeah, the butler eventually unlocks the door for you.
excellent.
Is he
Cool.
physically here, or is he...
Yes, he's physically there.
Okay.
This, there you go. Please excuse me, but do not hesitate to call if you should you need anything.
Thank
Sure
you for the
enough.
assistance.
You are quite welcome. So, the workshop. It is dark.
Are we likely to be eaten by a grue?
The likelihood of consumption by Gru is 10%.
Oh. Well, better find a light.
Quickly.
I attempt to find a light.
You do find a panel beside the door.
Cool.
Do we understand how to operate this panel?
Yes.
Kura has 3 dice in both mind stats. I hope so.
Oh no, where do we go?
Because if he doesn't, then we're screwed.
Oh.
This is what you find. It is fairly large, and as you guessed from the outside, it is, at least sort of a garage. There are a few cars here. Not as many as you would thought, though. Unlike the rest of the house, this place is a lot more messy. And unlike the rest of the house, this place also looks like someone actually lives here. No?
Yeah.
As you made your way through the house, you got there's servants there, so it's obvious that they keep the place clean. But you did get the impression that nobody actually uses the place.
Right.
This workshop, on the other hand, somebody's spending a lot of time here.
Interesting. Kura kind of nods as he looks around and says,
This place is actually nice. I like it. Feels a little bit more like a home, you know?
Is there a bed in here?
On the far side of the workshop here,
Oh, I see it.
there actually is a bed here. Yes. So wardrobe beside it.
Computer. What is this station right here?
What? It looks like more like workbenches.
Oh.
There are more computers here, but also spare parts, stuff. Definitely a place where someone is building things.
Feels like home in more ways than one.
You telling me you're gonna crash for a night?
I used to in these sort of places. Yeah, you'd get so much work done in one night that you wouldn't have any time to, go home, so you'd crash in the office, as it were. For me, the office was a spaceship. But, details.
So, what are you two gonna do here?
let me see. What is my use computer skills? My use computer skills are, I have 2 ranks in it, but that's kind of it.
Well, you're better off than me. It's digital operate, right?
Yep.
About the only thing I have going for me as far as the computer is concerned is Mind Exert is 4 dice. But that's it.
Alright, well, Kura is going to poke around and see if he can't access the computer.
I'll start on containers and whatnot over
Well,
here.
The containers mostly appear to be spare parts, components.
Zoom in a little bit. There we go.
This is the place of someone who likes to build stuff and doesn't necessarily want to wait for the printer to print it out. And also several of them are like hand labeled. with various, names that don't really mean anything to you.
I'd still give him a check. Better safe than sorry.
Really various devices you find. A lot of things that at least you guess are drones, similar things.
Neat.
And pretty much all of them look custom.
Alright. I'll leave him be.
Okay.
And this grate here, is that anything special, or?
It is a grate.
Can I possibly?
It looks like the kind of grate that is connected to the sewer, and for cleaning the floor, so you have somewhere to just push the water off to.
Okay, drainage.
Yep.
Makes sense. I mean, if you're doing workshop stuff, you can just basically hose down the workspace instead of having to scrub everything.
Although you guess there's not actually much scrubbing happening here. It's not that the place is necessarily dirty. I mean, there's. I mean, you see there are stains on the floor and everything, but I kind of expect a bit of grime in a workshop like this.
Right.
But yeah, this is no way near as spotless as the house.
Do I get the impression that the cleaning staff and butlers and stuff are instructed to kind of leave this place alone?
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright.
Kura.
Yes.
So what exactly are you doing there? Just grabbing first computer you see and turn it on?
Just checking it out, yeah.
Okay. Give me a mind exert digital operate check, please.
Alright. I have that typed out, all ready to go. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I actually did the thing.
Very nice.
Yay!
Yep, you get in with no problem. Yep, you're in. What now?
I look around for any relevant information. Just data that seems like it'd be of interest to the case, with kind of a focus on, the disk.
Mm-hmm.
Or anything that might be referring to the disk.
Okay. But you do come across some recent files, which were the aforementioned parts that she built for the historical society, and it was really just parts, she didn't build the whole player thing.
Right.
But she was able to guess what the parts were for.
Is there any communications concerning it, just talking about the parts with anyone in the historical society?
Not really. No, just there was the request and details of what the society needed. Some specs, sizes and stuff. And she had requested more information. Hey, okay, but what's the stuff for? But
they kind of dismissed the
yeah.
request.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bit of a motivation right there, not getting any sort of, like, professional respect. Still, though, don't blame them for kind of keeping it under wraps. Okay. Kura's gonna copy down that information. Also gonna look for any information, like, was she talking to anybody, like, who might have been interested in the disc? Like, was there anyone that maybe put her up to this?
Give me a mind perceived digital operate check, please.
Okay. Fortunately, it's the same roll. +2. Oh. Good. Not quite as good, but still good.
Mm-hmm. However, nothing that you can really find.
Okay. Kura sends a text to Guy and Julius and tells Levana this while as he does so, and just says,
I can't find anything that implicates a third party. If anything, she did this on her own. Don't know why still, but...
Kura, Levana, please both give me a body perceive check.
Search or
Nope.
just body perceive?
Just body perceive.
oh boy.
3.
I perceive my own existence.
Oh
Oh, wow. I
But
perceive...
who
Someone just-
am I?
Someone just noticed the floor.
Levana, you bang your knee against the chair.
Ow. Well, we're oblivious.
I want this car.
Kura goes about his work blissfully unaware of any possible danger or obstruction.
I'm guessing this is one of the computers in front of me.
Yep. This looks much more like a personal computer. You know, there's still some like parts and stuff around, but not nearly as much as like here.
Oh no.
There's even a few like personal items on the table here.
Okay.
So it looks like that might have been where she did most of her personal stuff, where she did just work stuff over here that I was on. Okay.
Personal things. Now the question is, do I want to try or do I want to pull you over? I gotta at least try.
Okay. Mind exert digital operate, please.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Dr. Burb is computer expert.
Okay, you know the keyboard style hunt and peck is not supposed to be taken literally.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you got in. You got in, no problem.
Kura being casually speciesist over here.
Thankfully, I don't have a beak. Oh. I don't even know what to look for. I guess I'll do what they've been doing, search up information on the disc in particular.
Again, if you're not sure, just copy everything.
Yeah, pretty much. There's really no harm in that.
Well, this is a personal computer, so might as well. Because that's totally okay.
I mean, worst case scenario, it's you find their porn stash. Oh no.
Oh, copy everything and then call Kuro over in case he wants to take a look.
She apparently was she was into reptiles.
Yes.
Type that in. I don't know what to do with this access. Here, please take a look if you want to help.
Kuro gladly takes a look.
But
And,
yeah.
So I just roll computer.
Mind perceived digital operate, please.
Alright. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is definitely more personal. There's still a lot of technical stuff. This appears to be where she did more of the like planning phase of building things.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've heard that it's a good idea to plan before you randomly bolt stuff together.
So it's a drafting table basically. Back in the analog days.
Yeah, well, it doubles as that. There's also personal stuff. She didn't have a peer. Well, if she kept some sort of diary, you can find it.
Well, clearly I need to go rooting through the sock drawer to find that.
But yeah, among the plans for the parts that she built for the Historical Society, you do find what's basically scribbles.
Mm-hmm.
Which has like the what's it called, the what damn it, what did I call this disc? And optical analog disc, you know, like she says like optical analog disc reader, and human underneath that question mark.
So was curious about the nature of it.
Yeah. Sort of notes scribbled on the margins, kind of like that.
Okay.
Both of you, give me another body perceived check, please.
All right.
This time you may add your search,
Oh,
God.
if you like.
I want.
except I don't have any search. So, oh, I got an 8. I actually did something.
Okay, yeah. Both of you do notice a faint beeping.
Interesting.
Beep.
I investigate
The
the
beeping we should be
Beep.
concerned about,
Beep.
or just
Beep, beep.
I don't.
Like some
Okay, yeah.
no, the some sort of device is asking for attention.
I seek it out quickly.
You follow your ears, and it's not that difficult. Eventually, it leads you here.
Oh. Gura feels having felt a little oblivious. We'll investigate.
Well, there was a lot of shiny stuff to look at. Yeah, there's a display here, which says basically says check complete. Press any key to continue.
After you.
Kuro will use his engineering skill to determine exactly what this is and what this means before he presses any buttons.
Okay. Well, glad you asked, because I need to add something here, which is because I couldn't find anything appropriate. I couldn't add it here. In this thing is like like sort of harnessed up is a you'd say a robot. Your first on first sight, you might have you probably guess that it was active armor.
Huh.
But a closer look shows that, yeah, no, there's nobody fitting in there. Two things stick out. For one, judging by that barrel that extends over its right shoulder, this looks like some sort of combat robot. And it lacks feet.
Interesting. As in, like, it doesn't have feet yet, or it, like, has the little floaty skate things.
Give me a mind perceive engineering check.
All right, I am good at that. I am not good at
Terrible.
that. Actually, well. I mean, I got 2 successes, or an 8 and a 12.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, regarding the feet, that is that looks more like the floaty things that some cogs have.
Cool.
Otherwise, well, for one, if this really is some sort of combat robot, it looks more like something from a movie than something, you know, let's say real. Levana, actually give me a mind perceive science check, please. I believe you have some science, don't you?
Mind perceive. I have boon and 1, so hey, I'll take it.
Okay, yeah, So Levana agrees. You know, it's just, even if that's not her specialty, you do pick up things. Actual combat robots look more utilitarian. You know, so this thing looks fancy. You know,
Maybe it was a sporting thing.
this to use some real life analogs. This looks more anime than BattleTech.
Ah.
Do we want to risk hitting the any key?
Well, can Kura make an engineering check to see exactly what sort of stuff has been run on this thing? Like, were they running diagnostics and hitting any will pull up the results of the diagnostics, or will it turn this thing on? Will it, blow up the room? Will it go all Ed 209 and just, like, riddle Kura with bullets?
You have 20 seconds to drop your weapon.
Exactly.
You can try. The problem is that this thing, you don't really recognize any of this. This looks like it was all custom built.
Shield
Oh.
up.
I'm not used to rolling things that I'm good at.
Well, you can't be sure, but if it just did a system check, it could either just display that or jump to the next step in its programming.
Well,
If you're hitting this button, I'm taking cover.
You're taking what?
taking cover.
Oh, cover.
Okay. I'm going to call the other guys up and say, I'm gonna call Julius and Guy and be like,
Hey, I found a really cool robot in the workshop.
Oh, is
Looks
this
like something
relevant?
ASR would use in their like arena fights on Ganymede.
Uh,
Julius, Guy, any replies?
Oh, sorry. Zoned out for a moment.
Kura just called you and said that there's a really, really cool battle robot in the workshop, and you and Guy should totally come check it out.
Julius is going to definitely come bounding over. Even though he has no idea which way to go.
before
it's
they
the workshop they saw on the way in.
Oh, God. Yay.
before they come in, can I just do a general search roll or no?
Well, what are you searching for?
Just toss the place for stuff.
Basically, poking around, not anything in particular. She did say anything
Okay, do a body perceive search.
with like a difficulty 10. Body perceive. Okay. Okay, really?
Okay, well, some general things. These two things are, and that one up here, are what it looks like. They're basically, big arms that grab stuff, lift it, and move it around. They are not fixed in place, they are mobile. This is a, sports-ish car. These two are smaller vehicles. These are, but they're both like air vehicles.
This one.
This appears to be a charging station. What else? This is a very compact but powerful 3D printer.
Ooh.
Nice.
Kura is going to sit there with his snoot pressed against it, salivating slightly. His mane is all puffed out and his ears are splayed. Like, I want it. I want it so badly.
This is the gate you saw from the outside. There is a terminal beside it. And that is that is it.
Does it look like the mechanical arms has picked up anything around the room, possibly?
There are some really big crates here. They probably moved those around, yes.
Okay. I'm wondering if it's worth messing with them and checking underneath, but I don't know.
I mean, we have all the time in the world, as far as I'm concerned. For our immediate concerns.
Mm-hmm.
We're not exactly on a massive time limit, so checking around and stuff isn't a terrible idea.
Yes, but messing with the robotic arms to move crates around, yay or nay?
I mean, does anyone here have physical operate? Because I have a boon and 2 in it, so I'm more than happy to mess around with the arms.
The otter is normal in physical operate with some ranks.
Okay. Yeah. If you're uncomfortable messing with the crane, I am more than happy of messing with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call for assistance. Just check the 2 crates, because why not?
Yeah. Cora will check out the crates. using the robot arms.
Okay. Those arms are fairly straightforward. You know, those for a change are not custom built. These are, you know, the sort of lifting equipment you find in every dockyard or some warehouses and stuff. So that's not a problem. I still am gonna need a physical operate check. What would that usually be? The book
Mind?
says body. Oh, the book actually says body.
So maybe body, acuity, physical operate? I mean,
Are you starting with the acuity thing as well?
did I say acuity?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I meant perceive.
That's Sammy's thing. Don't take that away from her. No, let's start with body exert.
Body exert. Okay. My body stats have identical numbers of dice.
Well, it's the principle of the thing.
Yes. So there we go. That is a 10 and a 6.
Yep, that's enough. You managed to operate the thing without problem.
Yay.
What are you actually doing?
I am making sure there isn't anything hidden under the crates, such as I don't know, trapdoors, hidden smuggler compartments.
Okay.
Kura is being somewhat silly and is like, if I was going to steal a rare, possibly priceless artifact from a historical society, where would I hide like any evidence? And partially he's just being thorough.
I get it. Well, I'm afraid there's nothing hidden under these crates.
Shucky darn.
Mm.
You do find an impressive colony of dust bunnies, though.
Well, leave them be. They're an endangered species in many places.
I don't know. I'll try them.
That's fair.
And then there's one more big crate from what I can see.
He said he checked all the crates.
Okay, I run. Sorry. I dirt.
Derping is acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Julius,
Yeah.
shiny robot here.
Well, I was debating, should Julius be distracted by this or not?
shiny robot.
Yeah, and
Robot.
the screen that says press any key to continue.
No!
That was fast.
That you know what's
that was good. That was
wasn't
good.
even intentional on my part. I was just going to investigate it again. And I was just like, oh, I better stop the yacht.
Oh, beautiful.
He starts reaching for the button. Everything cuts to slow mo. Everyone in the room like, no. The only one not in slow mo is Guy, who's just like, ah.
Nice.
just obnoxious quivering.
Yes. That would be the Netflix captions for it. All right.
Oh wow.
You might not want to press buttons that we don't know what it does. I'm fine with turning this thing on once we've, checked it out. But
But nothing.
no buts or buttons or anything but related.
that's the case, I guess you should stop being a pain in the ass.
What is my...
Don't know the meaning of the word. Alright, let me check this thing out.
First of all, the cannon thing on the arm, is that functional?
Give me another mind perceive engineering check, please.
Alright. Because all else fails, I can always unload that before we, turn it on. There we go.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one thing that immediately springs to your attention, that this thing looks, it has a bit of a prototype feel to you.
Okay.
There's like here and there it looks like paneling is missing. On other panels there's like scribbles and stuff like that. The colors do not really match. And
Haven't sanded down some of the 3D printed components.
excuse me?
Haven't sanded down some of the 3D printed components.
Yep. As far as that weapon goes, how knowledgeable is Korra about weapons actually?
Decently. He traded them, but unlike the gunrunners, he wasn't a pirate about it. He doesn't have a lot of IRPF experience where he just immediately recognizes weapons on sight, but he knows how. He has 2 ranks in ranged combat, so he knows how to use a gun.
Well, it looks really enough to you.
Okay.
However, there's no ammo feed or anything that looks like a magazine, like a box of ammunition.
Oh, okay.
For-
Korra shrugs and says,
I don't even think it's loaded.
Never play with a gun.
especially one that you don't think is loaded. Those guns that aren't loaded are even more dangerous because you're more likely to do stupid things with them.
And then turns out it was.
Yep. And that's how bad YouTube videos are made. Alright, Kerr shrugs and says,
I don't really have any objections to turning it on, but I still can't say what it'll do. If anything.
Oh, by the way, Guy?
Yes.
You may join the party if you wish.
Okay. Will do. I'm going to guess that I have found all the things that I needed to, or at least tried to.
Yeah, and even if not, I'm guessing Guy would probably just would probably have followed Julius as the otter bounded out of the room, going robot, 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 robot.
Yeah.
Doppler affecting off into the distance.
The long and the short of it is, it's kind of like having a teenager around, way too excited about everything. Yeah, sure, you could let them alone, but if you do that too long, something's bound to happen, and it's going to be all your fault, regardless of whether or not you did anything.
Yeah. What's the Orwellian term? Apathy is collaboration.
Not entirely inaccurate in this case.
Yeah. If you do not stop the ought, you have joined the ought.
Stop the art. Can't stop the art. You can't stop. Sorry.
That's the first thing that came to mind for me, too. It's kind of terrifying, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, Kura has no professional objections to turning the robot on. In fact, he's honestly kind of curious.
Julius wants to put the button.
Shields up.
He will allow Julius to press the button.
Julius
He's gonna,
pushes- yeah,
he's
he
gonna
pushes-
give him this one.
he pushes the button.
There's a lot of lines, with data scroll up. Most of which is for one, it goes by too fast, but also for those without deep programming knowledge, this doesn't really mean much. And eventually it says also it reads on the screen. It doesn't actually say it, but it says on the screen all systems functional. Proceed with power up.
Julius wants to take some pictures first. And he forgot to take pictures of the house.
Or the robot trashes it.
Hold up, there's no second robot. The only time anything gets super destroyed like that is when there's a second robot.
Yeah, because the robots have to fight.
Exactly.
What if the robot
Unless
fights
there's
those
a
two
giant
arms?
mutant experiment, in which case they will fight instead.
Yes.
What if the robot fights those two crane arms?
The crane arms just start helicopter spinning and beating the crap out of it. My God, the crane arms, they were the secret
They're
to
too
retaking
powerful.
Earth.
We
Yeah.
cannot contain them.
The real
Oh, the
opponent
skyscraper
is-
cranes. Oh boy.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, Kura doesn't really have any objection to powering it up, but at the same time, he also questions the relevance of fighting robot to the case.
It's a robot.
I mean, you are absolutely correct.
You successfully take pictures.
Yay!
Unfortunately, the pictures are of like a cool-looking bug, and you know, a particularly shiny doorknob. No.
That'd be a ferret.
Yeah, that's fair.
Otters just go after everything.
Uh,
I don't
all right.
know what to name.
So, is there anything else? Did we thoroughly enough search the computer and everything?
We made a copy of the personal computer.
Okay. Tygon, were there any computers and stuff that we missed?
Not really.
Okay.
The one linked up to this, I believe.
Kura is half tempted to like put the 3D printer on a dolly and be like,
We need to take this for evidence.
It's like,
Well, actually, I just want it really badly, but come on, evidence.
We can try.
he sits there with big brown hyena adorable eyes and just goes,
Please.
It's an option, but that would be theft.
yeah, you're right. Oh well.
There's right now nothing physically stopping you from doing that. Aside the other party members, maybe, but that's up to them.
But it's still the wrong thing to do.
But is it the wrong? No, I'm just kidding.
Right, but 3D printer.
Eye for an eye. She tried. I might as well.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that?
Said eye for an eye. She tried to rob us. Might as well. Kura does disagree with that, but at the same time is sorely tempted not to.
That wasn't in character, I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah, I say just turn the robot on. That's the last thing we have to do in here.
Push his button.
There's a voice that's coming actually from the robot. It says, power up initiated.
I can't do that, Dave.
I was gonna go with reactor online, weapons online, sensors online, all systems nominal.
I was trying not to be that obvious.
It's like we must make cake.
There are a few noises, and then eventually a humming, followed by a hissing sound, and yeah, then the robot starts moving. You know, first like the arms, the fingers, and the legs, and a few moments later, it's released from its harness and starts floating slowly in place.
Cool.
Julius waves his claws underneath it.
Yeah, I think
Yes?
if I remember right, how that thing functions, Milo's like EM sense thing would probably be going nuts right about now.
Yep.
Would he pass out?
Yes, that's the second reason why he isn't here. Is just like he's halfway across Venus and suddenly he just kind of goes gurk and falls over.
And then the person next to him is going, I didn't push his nose.
And a few moments after the robot, you know, started floating there, you hear systems check complete. Beginning IFF calibration.
Oh.
Kura goes, oh, that's probably not good.
IFF?
Identify friend foe.
Oh.
0 friendlies detected.
Shit!
4 hostiles detected.
Kura is running for cover.
Push his button to turn off, turn off, turn off. Run, run, run.
I'm gonna plant the shield in front of it.
Kura's hiding behind the chair.
Is Julius able to make it all the way into here? Before combat starts. Oh wow, it takes up 3 spaces. That's a big robot.
Okay, yeah. No, you're not. You cannot make it quite that far, Julius.
About right there.
Just a second. Let me do that. No, Julius, not Julius's butt.
It's like
It's like my butt.
target detected. I want the booty.
It's like I'm not into robots that much.
The robot is into you.
I could go into the robot.
Rolls for initiative, please.
1d10, yeah.
Yes.
Plus the readiness score, right?
If you want, unless you want to use your readiness
that's
for rerolls and stuff.
I keep forgetting.
Wow.
Hi!
Kura actually rolled okay.
8, 9, 10. Roll 7. Roll a 7.
I think you're asking Kalyan to roll a 7 at this point, and I don't agree with that. I want the robot to roll a 10.
You have your wish. Oops.
No.
That was the
Levana,
wrong.
your karma privileges are revoked.
Oh my god.
Rage, we
Why
need
you do this?
we need guys initiative, please.
Yes.
In initiative for Guy. The robot just identified all of you as hostiles.
Okay, I need to read up on the possession thing, because I honestly am tempted to end this fight quickly. Oh.
Oh, well, thank you, game. I
think
appreciate
Guy
that.
fell asleep.
No, guy hears 4 hostiles detected, and he's just
And
like
panics and attempts to skitter away, and instead of getting anywhere, flops over himself.
just runs in place.
Levana,
Yeah.
Levana, another D10, please.
Oh, that only lasts like one. It's a one-time thing. Come on. Lucky number 7.
Okay. However, since you all were aptly forewarned, you do get 1 round before the robot actually gets to act.
All right.
Yay!
Okay. I was told I could possess people and objects. I would like to open up with trying that.
Okay.
Maybe get in there, and since I apparently get the abilities it has, I could possibly change the hostiles to friendly while I'm in there.
Maybe. I mean, it's a long shot, but it's worth the shot.
Issue is myself. I can't change something that's not there.
That's a risky move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
Okay.
Wait a second.
And I am bumping 5 points into the implant.
Let me just read through this. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, no. Okay. What level are you using the implant at?
I'm going to use it at level 3 because I'm hoping this won't take that long.
Okay.
Please don't give me a turn.
So mind exert +3 to channel the implant.
Okay. Also, sorry, Ott's gonna go crazy.
That's quite all right. It's better than Ott getting riddled with machine gun fire.
Rot. I almost said
Oh,
rot.
okay.
instead of odd.
Well, that's actually precisely what we're trying to prevent, is the otter becoming rotter than he was.
I haven't heard that term in a while. A rotter. I need to look that up.
Don't remember. That's 212, so that means it channels higher 1.
Yep.
So you're at what, heal 4 now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wait, isn't that with naturals, or...
No, it says if any dice equals 12 or higher after modification.
You kind of broke up there.
If any dice equals 12...
Okay, I caught it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, your power has spiked. And also you get D10 damage immediately.
Okay.
Oh.
Fascinating.
Okay, lucky number 7. That's wonderful. And that goes straight to my HP, right?
Yeah, ignores armor.
Oh, jeez.
Also, I need to look up what disrupt does again, because you're disrupted for 2 rounds.
It's like,
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
yeah, it's like being stunned almost.
It's like being hit by your own internal shock stick.
Wait,
Taser.
Internal shock stick. That's the name of my speed metal band.
And you said I cannot do anything to change the rules for these. I can't spend readiness.
yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Okay, a disrupted character must make an endure save before executing any actions until the end of their turn.
Okay.
Oh,
Any
and
action?
It is, in fact.
Yeah.
It said.
although I'm gonna house rule that to anything, you know, let's say complicated. You know, you don't have to do that for movement.
Okay.
I just need to look. I think it was a D8 that I was rolling now, but I need to check.
Yeah. And it says for this power specifically, you tell me if I have 3 to 1 rounds left. You don't have to tell me how many though, so.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. That was a support action, if I remember correctly. So you may still do something else. Yeah, it's support.
Can I possibly try moving into him?
You can move to it.
Okay. I have 4 movement, right? Well, I have to swim through the air, so I don't know what that.
Still gonna go with 4.
Okay.
It says swimming, but since you kind of know how to fly, I'm gonna say you're familiar enough with the concept that you can still move normally.
Alright, I'll get right in front of its face. A little bit south of where it's showing so they don't get caught in the fire.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Kura, it is your turn.
I'm going to draw my pop-up. And, let's see, I think I have AP ammo for it. I forget what that does. Oh, Lord.
AP ammo's armor piercing.
Yeah, I know. I have regular, less than lethal, whatever HT is.
Stats.
Because I picked this up from the gun runners, so.
Just a second.
Can't remember that.
Oh, there it is, yeah.
AP. This weapon counts as having the cut property. Okay, let's cut.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my PDF reader is still loading, so.
Cut.
Cut. Basic damage type. Some armors are more effective at defending against this than others. So it depends on the armor, but you may have
Better luck with the AP.
yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take some shots with the pop-up using AP ammo.
This time you don't have to worry about hitting the bird in the head in an alternate universe.
Yeah. Let's see. I use my highest mind dice, so that's 3d10, and I do not add my bonus from range combat. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, because bonus from range combat goes to damage table pool thing. All right. Oh.
That's 2 solid hits.
Bam bam. All right. So then I roll a d10 for
Correct.
damage.
D10 for damage.
That
Nice.
would so 8 is a 15 points of damage.
Starting out strong.
Yeah. Kura's thinking to himself as he lines up on the robot and pumps a couple rounds at it. His first thought is, I'm shooting beautiful engineering, and then the other thought is, I'm fighting a robot. I have done something terribly wrong. I am so screwed.
At least I'm not the bird that's right in front of it.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Julius.
5, 6, 7. Julius is going to run to this arm,
Climb on it.
hop on it, and he's thinking of using it against the robot. Controlling
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But he spent up both his actions to get there.
That
Okay.
is a terrible and wonderful idea.
That actually gives me ideas if things don't work out in here.
What? Get robot arms? He's like, well, I gave up my wings, but on the other hand, I have really sweet robot arms, so now I can arm wrestle Yeshka. Or maybe that's just Kura's fantasy.
Guy, your turn.
Actually, yeah.
Hello?
Guy. Rage.
Rage, we need you.
We need small shiver doggo.
Okay. Whatever.
It is your turn.
Well, to be perfectly honest, guy's going to do a self-preservation thing.
I mean, that's not a bad idea right this second.
Sprint.
Can't really blame Guy.
Everybody flee!
Hmm?
Everybody flee!
Oh, flee. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's shouting it. Okay.
Question,
Yes.
how tall is that object?
Like about as a bit taller than your average desk, let's say.
Okay. And whereabouts is the entrance? / exit.
That's the door you came through here.
Okay.
There is a
Right then.
there's a gate here, but that one is closed. This door is actually open.
Bollocks. That's less than fun. Is there... Can I do a body perceive to try to see if there's a way to turn the thing off as it is right now?
That would be very difficult unless you have like you're like real good in engineering.
I didn't catch that last part, but I'm gonna say that was probably like mechanics and whatnot.
Yeah, and engineering and stuff
Oh,
because I mean there are a lot of computers and terminals around here.
Okay. Well, never mind then.
Kura is decent at mechanics, so if you're able to spot anything that he can do, let him know.
Well, I mean, that's just it, is guy wouldn't know what to look for.
Oh, you could like maybe as a little tip, maybe shout, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off.
No. Fair point. I think guy will do that.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
he-
pretty reasonable for Guy.
It's already disconnected from that station or whatever, hasn't it? Or it never was.
Yeah, it already disconnected, but that doesn't mean we can't shut it down, like, mechanically.
Pardon me, Julius. I'm going to hide behind you for a minute.
Was that your turn?
Yeah. I really don't see any other way I could do anything to take a shot at that, but Levada's trying to do a thing. And Le shrug.
You want to be suicidal? You can.
All right. Well, we're at round 2, and will Levana manage to take possession of that robot? Will Kuva remember that maybe he can turn it off? Will Julius manage to turn off that robot arm and engage the other robot in an epic robot fight? Will Guy find a proper way to hide? Join us next time, because we're about at the time that we need to stop anyway, so
Probably not any of those things. More than likely, we're all gonna die.
Can I at least call the robot mine? Can we have possession of it?
No.
Technically speaking.
Not for you.
But yeah, we will call it here for today.
Alright.
10 XPs for everybody.
X peeps.
Yes, and and a handful of credits.
Alright.
Burp, burp.
And yeah, I actually have nothing else to say. So
Right on. Well, that was fun.
I am glad you enjoyed it. I apologize again for the copied map of the mansion, but
All good.
I really didn't. I neither had the drive nor the time to custom make an entire mansion.
I mean, that's fair.
Especially on the off chance that you may never go inside.
Yeah. I'd say that's pretty reasonable. all things
There's
considered.
worse ways to go about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get going.
Yeah. Anything you want to say to the viewers?
Goodbye. Good
Goodbye,
luck.
don't die. Have fun.
Bye, hugs.
Make
And
good-
Bye.
make good
in case we don't see you next week, happy Halloween.
Indeed.
Ooh,
Oh, that's
Spooky
right.
things are gonna
It
happen
is
next
my-
session.
very good point.
Ah, the robot turns into a witch.
Bye, viewers.